Hello and welcome to the Sweet Talks podcast. It's Chantel here.
And it's Nikima here.
And it's Rihanna.
Yes. All right, guys. So as we come to the end of the year, this is kind of something that most people tend to do with their New Year's resolutions, but we are going to talk about goal setting. So hopefully something that's a bit more of substance than a New Year's resolution, because a lot of people's resolution dies out within 2 weeks. We're going to try to look at those. Yeah.
But I'm not going to eat chocolate the next day. I'm literally.
No, I mean, all up in the Snickers. Oh, is it?
For real.
All right, guys. All right. So, goal setting. This is something that we tend to do more so in short-term therapy. We do it in long-term therapy, but definitely in short-term therapy, we try to make sure that clients have goals, so that we know where we're focusing. I don't know about for
And
men.
And they know too.
Oh yeah, and they know too, of course. I don't know about Rihanna and Nikima, but I'm gonna suspect that they do because they're my friends. So yeah, goals for their lives. Set goals for things that they want to achieve, and set goals for things that they want to do, be, see, all that kind of different stuff. So I'm sorry, I've got hiccups. So I don't know who wants to kick it off. I can kick it off if you want to.
You kick it off.
I kick it off. All right, cool. So with goal settings even. No, setting. I was right the first time.
Yeah. Right.
What you guys may want to do is be very specific. So we always say to make goals SMART. So be specific, have it be measurable, achievable, realistic, and have a time frame.
Okay,
Yeah, or a target. Sometimes people say target. And the reason for this is that it allows you to kind of stay on task, because the more specific you are and the less wiggle room there is to kind of say, oh no, I was talking about this, but that could be it doing that and whatever. The more specific it is, you know for a fact that you've got there. The more measurable it is, you are able to actually see those results for yourself. The more achievable it is, the more likely you are to do it. The more realistic it is, again, the more likely you are to do it. If it's something that you're like, okay, I'm going to be, I don't know, a neuroscientist, but I haven't even picked up a picture to look at what the brain looks like, then you're kind of setting yourself up for a fail. And I don't intend to. I can't even say that. It's not even if you haven't picked up a picture at that point, if you don't intend to, or there's no way for you to be able to try and get to a picture of a brain or whatever. And then also having it time measurable. So this is so that it's not something that keeps elapsing and keeps going and and kind of moving over to and then lastly being time measurable, so that you're able to kind of make sure that you've achieved certain milestones. So let's, again, if I use my example of being like a neuroscientist, like you know that, all right, by January I want to have at least read the introduction to neurotransmitters, for instance. By February I want to make sure that I understand like how the brain works and functions. By March, I say by Wednesday, by March by March you start to maybe look at I don't know, introduction to neuroscience, stuff like that. So like actually having something that allows you to progress towards whatever the main specific goal is as well, and having that time frame can help you make sure that you do that rather than kind of segue left and right.
Perfect. I love that example. Do you have any goals for the new year, Chantel?
Right about now. No, I'm joking. I do have a couple. I'm not going to share them all. One of them is to start getting back on my running properly. Like I started and I stopped and
Getting on what properly?
my running properly again.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate running with a passion. I really do, but it's good for me.
Do it then.
So. Huh?
Why do it if you hate it?
I hate it because I just don't like it. But I like the effects that running has on my body.
Okay.
basically. So I like that. I feel like I've got more energy. I like that. It helps me get outside. I like all the stuff to do with running. I just don't like running in and of it stuff.
Hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that. But
And
I like that. Go on.
yeah. So that's one of the major ones.
You don't have to share anymore. You can share that. What about yourself, Rihanna? Do you have any goals that you don't mind sharing for the new year?
Well, I achieved one goal. I got on the course that I've been trying to get on for like nearly a year. Well, this damn corona. I've always got goals. I've got, you know me. Every week I want to do something else. So, our business, that was a goal of mine, of ours. And
Smashing it this year.
Coming to fruition. Next year it'll be even better, bigger. A goal of mine is to go on holiday, which I will be doing because I want to make sure that I go. Because I feel like I was saying to other friends the other day, I feel like as a 25-year-old, I haven't done 25-year-old things. Like I haven't, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you see like people go away and they're living their best life in Dubai and they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm like, what have I done? Nothing. Like I haven't done anything. And I know there's a lot of things that I have done, but there's a lot of things that because I've done those things, I felt like I've missed out on.
Other things.
But being a young person, like I feel like I've just haven't done that. So I think next year that's what it's about for me, is just kind of living my best life and do whatever that means. A goal of mine is to get my wheels. God willing, I'll be able to do that. I want to go back into therapy, as in be the therapist and go and get therapy again. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, other things that are just personal things that I wouldn't be sharing, but
100%, I hear you.
I think if I think of anything else, I'll jump on and say. But for the minute, I think that's it.
Yeah. I hear that. Kings, what about you?
Let me think. I really, really want to tolerate uncertainty next year. I'm going to be working on that as a goal.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Tolerating uncertainty.
How are you
done okay.
I was about to say, how are you going to do that?
Oh, making new comfort zones.
Okay.
Coming out my comfort zone, making new ones. That's one of the ways I can do it. Yeah, and giving myself little smaller goals of coming out my comfort zone as well as bigger ones. Knowledge as well for me. I love learning, and I'm gonna be learning a lot more next year.
I think that would be one of my goals next year as well. So this year I took on a challenge to read, I think it was 64 books for the year. Smashed it. So, because I'm already on 100 and...
Oh, something. Lovely. Does that include you, like... Anyway, go on, keep going. This is good.
No, it doesn't include uni books. It doesn't include uni books.
That's awesome.
So, like, so next year I want to set myself to read 200... I don't know, maybe 200 books, 220 maybe. But I'm going to be very focused on certain things. So it's going to be more business related, money related, spiritual related, history related as well.
Nice. Yeah. Publishers are going to love you.
That's what subscriptions are for.
That's very true.
I love a good subscription. 8.
Very true.
Download it straight to my phone, and I'm good to go.
That's very true.
I actually ran out of space on my bookshelf, and I'm not buying enough. So
Yeah, no, I know.
books now. I feel I can afford a library, and I will get one. So
Yes, you will. You
I
will
will
be
get
long.
I will have my own.
So yeah, love what you said earlier about the SMART goals. I love using that. I use that in therapy all the time. All the time. I use it in my life as well.
Mm-hmm.
But looking for problem solving as well, you might come up against like a glitch or something that set you back.
Yep.
And we can troubleshoot it and look for strengths and weaknesses of going one way, strengths and weaknesses of going another way. There's so many different ways we can do. Yeah. Keep the goals up, guys. Make them small, make them achievable to get to big ones, as well as just having small goals.
Yeah. What?
And I think like I find I don't know. I don't know about anybody else, but I find sometimes keeping goals or keeping two goals difficult. So I try not to put pressure on myself. So even though I have a goal, I might not necessarily kind of do the whole. Although the SMART assessment thing is great, I wouldn't necessarily say that I sit there and do it. I might do it in my mind. Without going, oh, specifically, do you know what I mean? But I might in my mind be like, all right, I want to do this by this time, and this, and this, I want to do it like this, and I might kind of, do you know what I mean? Do it like a mental way, I guess. But also, I would say for those that are listening or watching, what I've learned about setting my own goals: don't put pressure on yourself. If you've got a goal to do something by February 21, but it doesn't get done till the beginning of March 21. Okay, it's just a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless it's like a deadline, it has to be done X, Y, Z. If there's a bit of flexibility, to take the flexibility, even if it means it takes a little bit more time. It's better that it takes that time and it be right and the way you want it to be, than it doesn't take that time and it be messed up and you vex about it. So try not to put pressure on yourself, especially if it's a personal goal. I know sometimes a lot of personal goals they interchange with professional goals a lot. So that sometimes that could be difficult differentiating between the two or just separating them completely. Also, another thing that you could do is tell somebody. Okay, well, I'm a bit clear about what I'm about to say. I was going to say tell somebody, and I stopped myself because I said what I was going to say is tell somebody who's got sense. That's wise. That's not.
Tell someone who's got sense though, because they'll keep you accountable.
Get out of my head! You just ruined it. I am. If I didn't hear that right, let me say it again. I want it to be me. Yeah, so someone who's got a sense that that is supportive of you. Do you know what I mean? Someone that's gonna I was gonna say ride or die, but we ain't finna die. Ride or live. Yeah. And somebody that wants the best for you, but also someone that's also gonna check you when necessary. So be careful of who you do tell, because not everybody has good intentions for you. But then don't live that life where you don't speak to nobody and you're miserable. That don't like either. So try and find a kind of a happy medium. That way, kind of what Chantal said, it means that you are accountable to somebody, and that person could be like, how far have you got with this yet? Have you been able to do this yet? Have you been in contact with this person? Okay, no, you haven't. Okay, cool. How can I help? Or can I help? Or maybe if we extend the goal from this date to this date, that might give you more time to be able to contact that person. And so sometimes even things like that can be helpful. And also kind of what Nakeem was saying earlier about our business, like celebrate the little milestones. I mean, I will say that I'm guilty of not doing those things. I don't think it's purposefully, but I'm just not in the practice of doing that, so I just don't do it. You know what I was about to say? I was going to say, like, this is another thing what our parents should have taught us about to go into that whole spiel, but bring yourself back.
Actually, no. They probably should have done. They probably should have taught you certain things about business and how to operate it and how to be entrepreneurial and all that stuff. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like all of our parents should have told us, like, you know what, celebrate the small things. Like, you know, when you're young and you come back with the little picture that you've drawn at school that no one can't really understand what it is, but you have said, oh my God, that's amazing. That should be like carried out throughout our whole life. Do you know what I mean? So then you learn to appreciate those small things instead of the big things that we always wait for. And what is it called? What is it called? Not like instantaneous
gratification. Yeah.
Gratification.
Yeah.
Maybe not kind of be so hell bent upon that. You know, if you're not able to get 25 likes within 2 minutes of posting a picture, you know, God willing, you're not going to die. So, but that's a whole other thing, isn't it? Really. So I think that so far, I think they're kind of good things to hold on to. Oh, another thing is write it down. I think sometimes when we can visualize it and we can see it, it kind of feels more real.
Yeah.
Whether that be have a mood board, not a mood board, like a, what is it called, a picture board type of thing. Can't remember what the actual word is. A vision board, excuse me. A vision board. We have like a mind map. Forgive me if that's not a PC word. Or
shower. I think they changed it to.
Okay, sorry.
Whatever the foolishness is. No, it's not. Hey, not for you. It's for the PC people.
Okay, well then, thought shower or whatever you want to call it, or you just get a little journal, or you get like a calendar. So what? Okay, good example. The job that I do, the clients that I work with are on a program for X amount of time. And so, and sometimes what I suggest them is get a calendar, just when they're dreading it, being on the group for, such a long time during the year. I'm like, okay, get yourself a calendar from Poundland, the big ones, and you cross off each day that you come. And before you know it, you'll be at the end. Do you know what I mean? So even things like that, get yourself a little journal, get yourself a calendar, get yourself whatever. If you're a visual person, get yourself those things. If you're a practical person, get yourself, plan something. If you're a practical person, plan something for yourself to celebrate, whether it means that you book yourself into a hotel, like I said earlier, or, you give yourself a little trip, or you get your nails done, or spa, you go-karting, whatever you're into. That could be your one. That could be something for you to work towards as motivation, and food could be something to celebrate yourself with.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think those are really good practical things that can be done. Quite frankly,
I think I'm going to use it for myself as well. I like those. Like consciously do it. I think I might do it anyway, but not consciously do it mindfully, if that makes sense. Yeah, mindfully.
I do have a vision board. In fact, it's actually literally just over there. Like, yeah, I think writing it down. In fact, I think maybe writing things down month to month would be useful as well. As this month I'm going to do this. This month I'm going to do that. This month I'm going to increase whatever. I think that can be useful. Sometimes I get pulled in so many directions that, not that I forget about stuff, but I think that, you give as much energy.
You end up prioritizing because yeah, definitely. Adulting is hard, man. Boy.
True. It's true. Can you guys think of any times where goal setting has gone wrong? Maybe.
Yeah, every day of my life, to be honest. Every day of my life, I set a goal, something goes wrong.
Goal setting goes wrong every day of your life.
I'm being extra, but I'm just saying, like, but goal setting, because so it's subjective, isn't it? So like any goal of any size, you know, like I would tell myself, okay, small example, I told myself, okay, for this week, when I go to bed, I'm only going to take water upstairs, and I did that for like maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay.
One night,
one fateful night, yeah.
And his friend
oh god, not all of them.
Like, yeah, all of them. And we're just like, you want a sweet drink, don't you? Yes, you do. 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 And you're not going to do anything else. You ain't sleeping until you taste the sweet drink. And I was like, no, who's this? And it was like,
this is out. You better go get your drink.
For real. In the midnight hour, for real. Literally. So I went out my bed and took myself downstairs and just had a little sip, and I was like, you know what I mean? And that was my little goal that I set for myself, to do that every day for summer, and I failed within 2 weeks. But I'm okay with that, because I'm like, okay, the next day I did it again and I kept going.
Good.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a small example, but a real example.
I love it. It's a small example, but a real example. I like it. At least you got back on the horse. There's some people that be like, "Put it." Like, I drank the sweet drink now. Forget it. Doesn't really matter.
True.
So at least you kept it going. You kept it moving.
She tries.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
I would say, I don't know if I should say this. Well, I can say it, but I just have to leave out some information. Basically, I got accepted a couple of years ago to a university in the US. I'd actually be finishing my doctorate now, which I actually thought about the other day. I was about to say I would have finished it.
Oh.
But some stuff was happening. So originally, I was meant to get some support. Some stuff happened. I couldn't get that support anymore. I mean, I did set up a business after that, and it was pretty alright. So there's like swings and roundabouts with it, but yeah. But I would say that was upsetting, because I'd set the goal to go, and then just stuff happened, and I couldn't. That was.
But maybe, you know what? Maybe if you did go, we wouldn't have done this. You know?
Probably wouldn't have, because we wouldn't have met.
Yeah, there you go.
We wouldn't have met at the place that we met at anyway.
So you was meant to not go at that time.
And it's a great segue on what I'm going to say. Like, I don't actually see any plan as not, or any plan that hasn't passed or come or achieved by me a failure. I don't see it as a failure. It was just literally meant to be, or wasn't meant to achieve what I thought I wanted. Because I was thinking, what is it that I failed at? Or, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on myself. But then again, I don't see that as a failure either.
So I guess the takeaway is that if you do set a goal, as long as you try and get back on to either the horse or a horse, then you inevitably don't ever really fail, as long as you get to where it is that you need to get to. So if your destination is Jamaica, as long as you get onto a form of transport that gets you to Jamaica,
going in that direction,
then get there. Yeah. So even if you got to go through Cuba to Florida, although that's a hell of a way out, but if you got to go to Cuba to Florida to go back to Jamaica, then cool. If you got to take it by boat, that's cool too. You got to walk, and I don't know how you'd walk there. Not from here.
It doesn't matter about that.
You might walk onto a boat and then walk back. But
I like that.
Yeah. However you get there, just try and make sure you do get there. But
I don't care how you get here.
That's what she said.
Get here if you can. That's a tune, you know.
But yes, guys, so thank you for joining us on this Sweet Thoughts podcast, the last one for the year. We will hopefully see you on the other side. Well done for making it through the year. There's been plenty that haven't, so if that was your goal, you made it.
You give me the tunes today.
I'm giving her some songs. I'm putting some songs in here today. Great.
Have a beautiful Merry Christmas for those that are looking forward to it, and for those that are not, we thank God that you're still here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Happy New Year, people.
And rest
Happy New Year.
The ones that
Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes. Yes, and the ones that didn't make it, bless your heart.
Yeah. Thank you for you being on this earth, even if you didn't make it to the end.
That's it.
So, yeah.
Give thanks.
Yes, guys, thank you for joining us this week on the Sweet Talks podcast, and we will see you in the new year. Bless. Bye.
Thank you, Shaka. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Nikima. Thank you, Rihanna. And yes,
thank you, Nikima. Thank you, Chantal. Thank you, audience.
Thank you, audience. Yeah, of course, because obviously.
Thank you, Sweet Talkers.
Yeah. And yeah, guys. So share, subscribe. I feel like a bit.
I like that. Shine.
Shine. Yeah. Like, shine, subscribe, and share. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.